I've had enough. I think we've known this for a little while now, people, but I've had enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ballon d'Or is a joke. I've had to put up with some real shit over the last couple of years with this award, but I've had enough now. The Ballon d'Or is cancelled, alright? It's over. I mean, it is almost as dead as the Puskas ever since Salah's goal won. Honestly, I can't believe that the country that just won the World Cup knows nothing about football. I mean, to be fair, their whole team came from Africa anyway. You know, fuck this. As a matter of fact, I think we should just stop paying attention to France football altogether. I want to know who Ghana and who Senegal think are the best player in the world. At least them boys know what's fucking going on. Listen, I'm a little upset with some of the things that happened last night, so I'm going to let you know. The first thing, and the number one thing that I need to get off my chest. Lionel Messi coming in fifth. Fifth! He came in fifth. That is not just disrespectful. It is fucking blasphemy. We all knew that Lionel Messi was not going to win the Ballon d'Or this year. And you know what? Fine, so be it. There's a genuine track record of anyone that wins the Ballon d'Or either has to win the Champions League or win some sort of major international title like the Euros or the World Cup. Lionel Messi scored 60 goals in a calendar year and 24 assists to go along with it, got 3 titles, none of which were the Champions League or an international title. So for that, he's not even in the top fucking 3? I thought this was an individual award. We say it every fucking year, but it's bullshit. It goes to the best player on the best team, and that's that. I mean, you know it is. It's fuck it if you think it's an individual award, because it's not. It's not. That's not at least the criteria that it's judged on. Messi got the most amount of goals in both La Liga and in all of Europe's top 5 leagues. He got the most assists in La Liga and Europe's top 5 leagues. He also had the most key passes and most chances created. He won 3 titles, including La Liga, including the Copa del Rey, and he doesn't even get in the top 3. Thankfully, though, not all of France is this deluded, all right? There were protests outside the venue, you know, some really serious carnage going on, and you know the fucking French know how to protest. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to chuck a high-vis jacket on and fuck up my own town in anger over it, but I'm still pissed. I mean, Lionel Messi didn't lose a single league game in La Liga last season. He was invincible. I mean, it's just, we have gotten used to his brilliance, okay? And the same goes for Ronaldo. I mean, if some 22, 23-year-old player that no one really ever thought that much of, but was pretty decent, ended up having an amazing year like the year Ronaldo did, getting all the goals that he got, getting all the assists that he got, and winning the Champions League, that player is by far 100% going to win the Ballon d'Or. I don't know, let's say for example that player was say like a Marco Asensio or something. Let's say Marco Asensio got 40-something, 50-something goals in a calendar year, picked up a whole bunch of assists, won the Champions League. Alright, he's 100% going to get the Ballon d'Or, and you know it. But no, we have just completely gotten used to Messi and Ronaldo's brilliance, and we completely overlook it. We now have ridiculously high expectations for any one of them now to ever win the Ballon d'Or ever again. But look, I'm relatively still happy with who won on the night. I mean, Ronaldo finishing second, that's cool, but Messi in fifth is just a flat-out disgrace. Moving on though, Mbappe won the first Copper Award, which that is just unfuck-upable. Now moving on to the Women's Ballon d'Or. Again, another daylight robbery. Sam Kerr, the best female player in the world, only finished 5th again. 5th? What is it with all the best players in the world ending up 5th? Was there some sort of mistake and the top 10 was read out in the wrong fucking order or something? So yeah, Sam Kerr didn't win the first inaugural Women's Ballon d'Or, which is bullshit, and definitely no bias coming from me there. To be fair though, maybe it's not that necessarily a bad thing that she didn't get the Ballon d'Or, because at least then she, you know, didn't have to suffer any sexual harassment in front of millions. Yes, when Ada Hegerberg won the first ever Women's Ballon d'Or, she was asked on stage to twerk, or was asked to twerk, I don't know, my French isn't that great, by this piece of shit. A French DJ by Martin Solveig. Who is giving this guy, a fucking DJ, a microphone on the biggest awards night in football? And I just felt so bad and so uncomfortable for Ada. Like, that just fucking, that's, ugh. Imagine you spend nearly your whole life, you dedicate nearly your whole life to becoming the best football player that you can be. You finally get some recognition as the best player in the world, and then this fucking twat has to go and be like, would you like to give your booty a check on camera, eh? Go and get your tits out. This is France. Obviously, there was massive social media backlash because it's 2018 and apparently you're not allowed to treat women like shit anymore. Fucking PC gone mad, I know. So clearly, he's going to have to come up with an apology. Well, how would you go about that? See, what I would do is, first off, before I do anything, before I post anything to social media, I would find Ada. I'd go up to her, I'd apologize profusely, say, look, listen, I made a big mistake. I fucked up. I'm really, really sorry. Is it alright? Can we move past this? If you're lucky, hopefully she accepts your apology, you make up, you take a photo, wrap your arm around one another, all smiles, all good. You then post that photo on social media with the caption directly apologizing to Ada, saying that you fucked up, that you made a mistake, and that you'll never do it again. I mean, people are still going to be mad at you, but at least then you'll minimize the damage a little bit, and people will see that the person that you actually did bad to has pretty much more or less forgiven you, so what's the point in them being mad anyway? But no, this bloke goes and fucking does the total opposite of that. He makes a video saying that he is surprised by the backlash.
Guys, I'm a little bit amazed, astonished by what I'm reading on the internet.
And putting it all down to a distortion of his English, which, I mean, that could be fair, but why'd you ask the question in French then? And pretty much he just never at any point directly apologizes to Ada at all. He even at some point tried to put the blame on like Frank Sinatra.
I didn't know that this could be seen as such an offense, especially if you consider the sequence in total when we ended up dancing on Frank Sinatra.
Oh yeah, because when I think of music I want to twerk to, or not me personally, but when I think of music to twerk to, I think of Frank fucking Sinatra. One of the classiest performers of all time, because yeah, when I'm in the club, I love to get a bad bitch on my dick twerking to fucking fly me to the moon. Basically what I'm saying is, yeah, that motherfucker fucked up. Now, when I wrote this video, that was the only thing that the DJ posted after the event. But as I'm sitting here editing this video, the motherfucker has done exactly what I told him to do. Down to a fucking T. He's got a photo with her smiling. He said that he's made a mistake and that he's made up. If only you had done that the first time and not come out with that bullshit apology at the beginning, because now everything else you do after that is all going to be considered bullshit. But now onto the main course. We had a pretty good idea of who we thought was going to win, and I would say a little majority of people definitely agree that he was the one that should have won it this year. It was, of course, Luka Modric that won the 2018 Ballon d'Or. And you know what? I say well deserved. I think he was absolutely brilliant this year, not just for Real Madrid and his efforts in the Champions League, but just getting Croatia to a World Cup final, and by far being the best player at the World Cup. I think only Eden Hazard was close to him that tournament. Again, going back to what I was saying before about we've accepted Messi and Ronaldo's brilliance, but Messi gets shit talked about him for taking Argentina all the way to a World Cup final. However, Modric takes Croatia to a World Cup final and it kind of wins him a Ballon d'Or. Whatever, I need to get past it. I don't think I ever am going to, but like, ugh. But nah, Luka Modric, I completely agree that he definitely deserved to win the Ballon d'Or this year. I think there were definitely other players that were maybe a little more fitting to break the Messi-Ronaldo dominance, that 10-year period. I kind of think, I'll talk about it a little later, but back in 2014, I thought Neuer maybe could have won, but I mean, regardless, I think Modric deserves it. I'm surprised he's the one that's broken the 10-year dominant streak of Messi and Ronaldo, but it is finally over now, isn't it? One does wonder too now, is Ronaldo or Messi going to win another Ballon d'Or, or will they remain tied at 5 Ballon d'Ors each? I mean, Ronaldo could very well win another Champions League this year and then boom, Bob's your uncle. Or maybe Barcelona could win the Ballon d'Or this year and again, boom, Bob's your uncle. There are a lot of people that are saying that either Messi or Ronaldo should have won it this year, that they're genuinely convinced one of those two should have won instead of Modric. But Modric, yes, he does not put up the insane amount of numbers that Messi and Ronaldo does in terms of goals and assists, but that's not really his game. You can't really boil his game down into numbers. The way that he controls the midfield and dictates the tempo and just completely dominates the middle of the park for his team is so massive and so integral to actually going on and winning a football game. He did that unbelievably well for Croatia, getting them all the way to a World Cup final. It was just unbelievable, especially considering too that they had to play extra time every goddamn game. So the legs would have been worn out, but he's just still running around the park like a madman. But yeah, Modric won the Ballon d'Or, and it was this weird little almost bonding moment for Messi and Ronaldo fanboys, because both their guys got robbed, so they both had that mutual feeling. It was kind of funny, you know. Maybe hopefully it'll maybe lead to some reconciliation and a little bit of bonding between the two groups. I don't know. We can't be in 2050 still arguing about if Messi or Ronaldo was the best player ever. I mean, we have to eventually fucking get over this. So even though they kind of got the winner right in my eyes, I can sleep at night with Modric winning it. It's still a fucking farce. Messi 5th, Sam Kerr 5th, the first ever women's Ballon d'Or winner getting bloody sexually degraded on camera. It's always been a bit sketchy for me ever since 2014. I think ever since Neuer did not win the Ballon d'Or that year, I I've always had a fucking problem. I think almost every single year after 2014, they've probably got the winner incorrect. And again, even now with Modric winning, I feel relatively confident that he's the right man for it, but I'm still not sure. And I definitely don't know how I feel about the rest of the placings either. I think it's all ridiculous. I mean, if Neuer couldn't win the Ballon d'Or back in 2014, then I don't know if we'll ever see a goalkeeper win it, okay? A goalkeeper's going to have to do the bloody treble, win the World Cup, and, I don't know, keep fucking 40 clean sheets or something in a calendar year. And again, it's always about titles. It's always about trophies. It doesn't matter about individual stats and how they actually performed each and every game throughout the rest of the year. It's always about who wins the Champions League or who wins the international trophies. It's a farce. It's a joke. I'm done. We've all got to stop paying attention to the Ballon d'Or. It's cancelled. I'm done with who French football thinks the best player in the world, all right? Just bring on the GFAs, the Ghanaian Football Awards. I want to see who those guys think are the best players in the world, all right? They know what's up. Let me know who you think should have won the Ballon d'Or this year, guys. Leave a comment down below with the name of the player. And if you see that same player in the comment section, then give it a like and let's just see what the general consensus is. Thanks for watching, everyone. Till next time, my name is MasterBucks. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have a good one.